Hey guys, Hobo here. How's it going? I've been wanting to do this video for a little bit. A lot of times, like, stuff just germinates inside my head, and I have these ideas, and I write them down, but never do anything with them. But I'm about to be, hopefully I'll become more of a hobo and be more of a traveling homeless guy pretty soon, and so that most of this other homeless, quote-unquote homeless stuff, videos that I have, I need to kind of get out there. So this video is going to be called Homeless Etiquette. So I actually had a subscriber reach out to me and wanted to know how do you interact with other homeless people, and so that's what this is going to be about. And it's going to go in a couple of stages. Basically, to start off though, I would like to mention that this is the way I interact with homeless people. I'm more of a lone wolf. I tend to want to be alone. I don't want to be around other homeless people. It draws attention, and I just really prefer my solitude, honestly. But and like I had one of my subscribers, one of my loyal subscribers, the last month sent me a link to this guy's documentary about living in the woods, homeless, off-grid kind of thing. And in the show, the guy said, like, sometimes I'll go into town and I'll make a big cardboard sign and I'll say, I'm homeless, I'm a criminal, and I can't be trusted, And so to me, that was like, wow, okay. But that's kind of how I treat other homeless people, to be fair. I mean, I guess I treat everybody that way for the most part, and then kind of narrow down and kind of filter, based on our first interaction. Then I'll go from there. But homeless people are a little bit different. I just don't, I'm not very trusting with regards to that, to other homeless people, and I just assumed that every homeless person I met has a sign like that saying I can't be trusted. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've met some really cool homeless people and gotten to know them, and will trust them with my life. But I don't give that out freely. You know what I mean? So there are a couple things I want to talk about. First of all, like my camp spot. I never tell anybody where my camp spot is. I will give a very general direction, like within a mile maybe of my camp spot, but like specifically, I mean, sure, anybody could just come out here in the woods and stuff, but why would they, right? I don't want people drawing attention. Is the worst thing I can do for my camp spot, and so it's another reason I keep my area clean. I bag out trash daily. I try to, anytime I've been able to, I'll get like a mesh hunter's blind sort of that kind of replicates the area, camo pattern or whatever. Another thing is, I will never camp near another homeless person's tent. I want to be out there. I want to be far away. I don't want, if they start a fire or they, and draw attention to their their camp spot. I don't want them, including me, like, hey, this is my buddy, this is my other homeless buddy from across the way. I don't want that. And so that's kind of the main thing. If you ever come across a homeless camp when you're kind of scouting stuff out, basically I'll give it a wide berth. If for some reason, like, I know that homeless person or I need to get through that, I'll call out, hello, and stuff like that. The main, and having your camp doesn't really, there are some other areas that, more than likely you will encounter a homeless person, out and about, right? Also in my tent, at my campsite, I keep a weapon available. It's either a screwdriver, a good stout stick, or a knife, and it's always, right close to me, because you never know. I don't know what, I haven't been bothered, knock on metal, in my homeless time, but it's possible. But there's been several times where I'm out in Walmart or something, and I'll see another homeless person. I'll go up to them and start talking. The first thing I let them know is I am homeless too. I wear dentures, and I don't wear them all the time. In fact, most of the time I don't wear them. I put them in for videos. See, but that's, to me, that's the best advertising to say I'm homeless, because I dress fairly cleanly. I keep myself pretty clean most of the time. My beard kind of gets overlong sometimes, but as far as cleanliness level, I'm pretty clean. So when I smile and I got that big no teeth smile, that really kind of lets people know I'm homeless too. I don't engage in any kind of prolonged eye contact with them. There's certain kinds of people out there that that they're looking for that eye contact almost, and as soon as they get that, then they start with the whole I don't have enough money for this and that, and the thing is just I've helped out homeless people before with money and gear and stuff like that, and I don't mind doing it, but it's like, if they're looking for like a trigger, right? Like you have prolonged eye contact with them, like more than like a couple of seconds. They see that as an opening to give you their spiel, and I just prefer to avoid that. If I get to know somebody over time, then absolutely I'll help them out if I can. But I don't, as a general rule, don't give money to other homeless. I will give them things, or I'll give them gear, or I'll buy them gear if I have the money. I'll totally do that. And it's not because I don't trust them. It's just that the thing is like, I can't be seen as somebody that they could take advantage of, because you never know. Let's say I buy them dinner once or twice, and they're maybe they're a tweaker or something like that, and they follow me back to my campsite one day and be like, oh, well, he's got a few bucks, so I'm gonna go, he's a homeless guy in the middle of the woods, I'm gonna go take him out and take his money. That's why I don't give money. When I'm with other homeless people, I try to talk about, because a lot of times, even without the teeth, they're still like disbelieving, right? They're like, you're not homeless, And so I talk about, my tent setup and stuff like that, and ask them questions about their setup. Their, do they use fire, and how do they keep from being seen? All that stuff. Yeah, basically, and every now and again, if I get like a weird vibe from somebody I'm talking to, like I'm getting a danger vibe, like a junkyard dog sort of vibe, what I will do is I will, I'll start talking, and like I might have a knife, and if I might take it out and be like, oh, what's this here? I thought I had something else in my pocket. I'll bring out the knife or the screwdriver, or I'll tell a story about that, just to kind of keep them away. It's like it's kind of like, it metaphorically, they're carrying a sign that says, I can't be trusted, I'm a criminal. And for me, I'm saying, with kind of showcasing a knife or some kind of weapon or something, that I'm not going to be an easy takedown. You know what I mean? So there's that. It's kind of camouflage. I don't know. Like, I don't want to. I try to stay away from fights and all that stuff. I try to stay away. But anyway, but general things are like, fist bump. Don't shake their hand. Don't hug them. I got scabies. I don't know where it came from. I mean, I didn't really interact with somebody. It could have been on a bus. It could have been at the library. I mean, maybe somebody just was sitting there for a long time and got up, and I sat right back down in that same spot. So that's how I got the scabies. But fist bump is the way to go. Like, no hugs, no standing close, anything like that. Like I said, sometimes I'll give them old gear. When you're homeless, you don't really throw away anything. And so a lot of times if I'm not using something, I'll put it in a contractor bag, a trash bag, and I'll keep it outside my tent, but I'll keep it dry. And so I might have an old sleeping bag in there, an old jacket that I'm no longer wearing. And if I see somebody that needs help, I'll say, hey, like I remember last winter not this one, but the previous one, this guy was wearing a t-shirt. It was like 30 degrees out. I could tell he was homeless, just subtle clues or whatever, but it was like, I went up to him and asked him if he needed any gear, and he said no, but if he had wanted it, I would have brought that out. I would not have brought him back to my campsite, but I would have brought it out and told him to meet me somewhere, and I'd have some old gear for him that might work for him, but he declined, whatever. And like I said, even though I dress nice, or try to dress nice, I try to stay clean and stuff. It's important, like there's certain signs that you're homeless and living in the woods. A lot of times, you'll have like moss, pieces of moss on your beanie because you're walking under twigs and crap, and they just stick there. The backpack gives you away too. It's, you're carrying a heavy backpack, and so are they, most likely. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a lot of common sense sort of stuff, but at the same time, it's stuff that you wouldn't normally think about. It's, you need to make yourself as appears as an unwilling or unappealing target. Somebody that can defend themselves, somebody, and also go the way of Bigfoot, the Yeti, like be unseen, unheard, and kind of stay away from people, really stay away from, being noticed. But anyway, I don't know how this video is going to turn out. I'm kind of lethargic right now, kind of tired, and but I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and so hopefully it'll be good, and it'll give you some kind of, a place to start. Basically, don't trust anybody, kind of paranoia. But then, if you do get to see somebody and know somebody you're seeing it on a day in and day out basis, you can, gradually they can earn your trust, and then you're not, so then you can treat them like a friend, you know what I mean? Or just maybe not a criminal, right? I hope your road's a good one, and if you're homeless, I hope it doesn't suck for you. Peace.